Hey everybody, welcome to Connect and Grow. Today we are speaking with Nathan Bell. Hey Nathan,
Hi Jackie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really well.
I can see the sun shining there behind you, so that's a good sign.
Yes, that's right. I'm just sitting out the back of the support service that I attend in the Hunter Valley Reliability, just using the backspace for the interview.
Oh, well, tell them thank you from us. We really appreciate that you're able to be here today, so it's pretty exciting.
I'll pass that on.
Yeah. So, Nathan, some time ago we shared about your book, and I'm going to let you introduce it because no one can introduce a book as good as an author. And we shared that in the Connect and Grow magazine, and we did get a lot of feedback, as in, people were like, loved the story and they wanted to go and look at the book. I don't know if they did or not, but that was just a bit of feedback. So, I'd love for you to share the book, the title, and why you wrote it. Like, why write a book?
Well, the book is called Kings of the New Age: The Quest of the Balancing Stones. It's a post-apocalyptic epic fantasy set in Newcastle after an atomic war. It's a political drama. It has strong political themes because I'm very involved in activism in the community and I've
Mm-hmm.
always been very political. It's also a mental health journey because the main character has symptoms of schizophrenia, and hears voices and stuff. So it's a bit of an exploration of mental health from a mystical perspective. Um,
Mm.
and I wrote the book because I'd always dreamt of writing a fantasy novel since I was very young. I first tried to write a fantasy post apocalyptic book in my early 20s, and I wrote about 150 pages of gibberish, which didn't really make sense, and then sort of gave up.
Mm.
When I started with, I attend the mental health creative arts service reliability in the Hunter Valley, and they offer creative mentoring around creative arts in a variety of mediums, including creative writing. When I
Mm.
joined the service, I told the owner, Michael, I wanted to write a science fiction fantasy novel, and he paired me with Robert Burley, who had been an English teacher his whole life, who was working for Reliability. And
Mm.
Robert was my first creative writing mentor. Robert's passed on now. He died at 74 of cancer. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Um, he lived a very good life. And then I was paired with another mentor, Brooke Forbes, who had a degree in communications and was working for Reliability, and she edited my novel.
Mm.
So, the process of actually writing a book from start to finish and doing it properly
Mm.
was difficult. And I wasn't up for it in my early 20s. I'm 37 now. I was about 34 when I started writing Kings of the New Age.
Mm.
And I think it needed some maturity, which I got in my 30s, and needed that support from mentors who had a bit of experience to guide me through the process of actually completing a novel. Because the book is 310 pages long,
Mm.
has 16 chapters, and a very detailed, elaborate plot.
Mm.
So it was no easy feat to put this book together. It's quite a complicated story,
Yes.
and I was very grateful to have my mentors to support me.
Mm. I love it. And I love your insight into it's always been my dream. I gave it a go. It wasn't the right time. And now, because I didn't give up on my dream and I've had more life experiences, I've been able to bring it forward in a different way. So, congratulations, Nathan. You are correct. It is not easy to write a book.
Yes, that's right. And I know you've written a few books, so you know how difficult it is.
Mm. Yes. And I've had support. I've like done a week where all I've done is just focus on writing and had check ins with those supports. So, Nathan, talk to the listeners about the publishing process that you actually went down because we know that there's a few choices, right?
Yeah, well, I went through Kindle Direct Publishing, which is Amazon's self publishing service, and
Mm.
that's worked really well for me. Basically, you just upload your manuscript, you've got to provide your own cover art. There are some basic options that Amazon provides for cover art, but I provided my own cover art, which I put together with support from my visual arts mentor from Reliability, Taj and Lee. He supported me to do the cover art. I worked on it, but he did a great deal of it. and it's a very nice piece that he put together for the cover art.
Yes.
Um, so, so you have to provide your cover art, and then you upload your Word document, you upload your cover art, and you make sure everything is correct,
Mm.
and then you can start to sell, and the book becomes available online. And you can also, the real benefit that I've had from working with Amazon in their Kindle Direct publishing platform is that Amazon gives the author a discount on manufacturing the book. So
Mm.
I pay the cost to manufacture a hard copy of my book. I
Mm.
pay the cost of manufacturing, which
Mm.
with postage works out to be about $10 a unit.
Mm.
Now I manufacture them, and I've sold. I stand on the street in Newcastle. I set up a little street stall
Mm.
with some signs and my books, and I sit in the street in Beaumont Street in Hamilton, Newcastle, and I sell my book. And
Nice.
because I'm able to manufacture through Amazon at a good price, I've been able to manufacture and sell over 600 hard copies of my book, and
Oh,
it's become quite well known in the community now. It's quite recognised in the community, and I've had a lot of positive feedback, and that's predominantly because Amazon has that excellent deal for authors where authors get that discount on manufacturing that I've been able to do that.
congratulations, Nathan. And that takes a lot of courage actually to stand out there and say, "You look, guys, I've got this book. You might like to buy it." And so, congratulations on following that dream. So, is there another book in the making? Do you think there's another one coming?
I've just finished. I've been right. I published Kings of the New Age about 2.5 years ago, and
Hmm.
immediately got into writing my new book, 22nd Century Man. I will be writing two more books in the Kings of the New Age series, but I felt inspired to write 22nd Century Man.
Yes.
So I've spent the last 2.5 years writing 22nd Century Man, which
Yep.
is a very exciting sci-fi novel based in Newcastle in Australia 100 years in the future. I've
Right.
just I've now finished my work on that, and now my
Mm.
creative writing mentor Tom Parlow from Reliability is editing that. Now
Great.
this time I'm not going to self-publish this time. This
Right.
time I'm going to seek a traditional publisher
Oh, I
and see
might
if I
I
can get
might
this.
have someone that you could at least have a chat with.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, I make no promises because publishing, when you do get a publisher that helps you with publish and launch, and they often can help with any other editing and cover design and that, it is not cheap. Like, I'll just be upfront, like, none of that is cheap, but it might be worth a conversation, right?
Yes, yes. Well, I want to get this new book in the bookshops. It's a very exciting book. I'm
Mm.
very proud of this new book, 22nd Century Man. It's got a riveting story, which I spent a great deal of time thinking about, and I had to do a lot of research for this new book because it features a lot of futuristic technology, which we might have in 100 years. It deals with gene manipulation and people having chips in their brains and stuff
Oh,
like this. All
wow.
this, all this really futuristic stuff.
Sure.
So it's very exciting. So I'd like to see it in the bookshops,
Yeah.
and I'd like to see it hopefully be a bestseller.
Mm. The other thing, Nathan, just as food for thought, like just on your journey, is that so what I do is I've gone through a publishing business in the past, like really happy with them, and that because I can generate quite a few books quite quickly, it can add up, right? So I actually use a company called Lulu Publishing, Lulu, and it's very similar to Amazon in that you own the rights of the book. They can help you. You can generate the ISBN number and barcode. You can upload the book similar to KDP. Um, and then they will actually, if you tick the right box, they'll put it into global distribution, which means it can go to 42,000 stores around the world, including Amazon.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and that doesn't cost you anything, and you still get the print book, and then you can create the ebook, and you follow their criteria. If for whatever reason it's rejected, like my magazine as an e-magazine got rejected by Amazon, so I just have to go back and work out it was a formatting issue. I just don't know what that is. So I'll be contacting Lulu and go, hey, can you help me work out what this issue is? Because I've put a lot of ebooks through KDP. Because I used to have KDP account, but somebody created a second one in my name. It wasn't me. And KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing, they have rules. You can only have one account. Now, I didn't set up the second one, so they actually shut down my first one. So this is how I actually now get my stuff on Amazon.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah. The other thing that I did when I brought out a couple of my books is I actually took the paperbacks, and so I made a few phone calls to bookstores, and I actually made a few phone calls and said, who's the manager? When would they be in? I'd love to come and have a chat. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a push. You have to be assertive. And
Yes, I went around to
yeah, go ahead.
I went around to a few of the bookstores in Newcastle, and I managed to get three maybes, and I managed to get two of them to stock it, and they took 5 copies each and
Mm,
said they'd ring me if they had sold and they wanted more, and then I never heard from them again. So that was disappointing. But I am going to, with my new book, I'll be going around and making the laps around town to all the bookshops and getting them to stock it.
yeah.
It's on to-do list. It's definitely on the to-do list.
That's awesome. And Nathan, do you do any markets or anything like that, like or expos? Like, because I run expos down here in Melbourne. But have you ever thought of having a table at one of the smaller expos and getting it out there a bit more too?
I want to start doing the book conventions. The writing festivals. I'm saving that for my new book. Really, my market is my street stall, which is doing quite well for me, doing my street stall in Hamilton. But I want
Mm,
to start doing the writers' festivals and turning up at the writers' festivals. And reliability will support me with that. They'll provide a support worker to come along and assist me with that. I'm sure they would if I asked the owner if I could get some support to
yeah,
attend the writing festival. So it's just a process of submitting to the festivals and getting accepted.
yeah.
And I'll save that for my new book.
Mm,
And that again is another thing which is on the to do list.
that's exciting. I'm
Yes,
loving your ambition and your goals. Like, so many people in life have dreams and they never achieve them.
well,
So
I've got
go you.
my dream is to see my books turned into movies and television series,
Right.
um, big budget movies and television series.
Yes.
So it's very very ambitious, very out there, very
Yeah.
unlikely to ever happen. But I will strive towards that,
Uh-huh.
and I hope it happens. And I hope we get to make those movies and television series in the Hunter Valley in Australia. That
Yeah.
is my dream of bringing my productions to the Hunter Valley in Australia.
Hmm.
So very ambitious, and we'll see if I ever get there.
Well, I'm cheering you on.
Thank you.
And I'm loving reliability. Like there, so for people that don't know and listen to this, because I do have listeners all around the world. They are a national disability insurance scheme business, so an NDIS service provider who provide services to people living with disabilities, all forms of disability. Some people need a little bit of support, some people need a lot. And Nathan's, and I'm loving to share that just how those support workers and that team is there for you working on your goals, like not just coming in and saying, right, we're going to do this. They're focused on you, and good on them. That is so good.
Reliability is very focused on clients deciding what their goals are, and clients driving the process and deciding what the direction of the creative work is, and then they support clients to achieve their vision. It's all about the client's vision at Reliability.
Yeah, person centered. It's so hard to find, unfortunately, nowadays. But yeah, we give a big shout out to reliability because of the work they're doing, and Nathan is an excellent and like you're almost like an ambassador for them, aren't you? Because they're there supporting you as you achieve your dreams.
Well, I try to talk up reliability because I think they're one of the better services out there. What they've done for me has been fantastic. So, whenever I get the opportunity, I try to promote reliability because we want people to know that they can access reliability if they have these goals around music and art and creative writing. Because
Mm.
there isn't a lot of services that specialize in the creative arts, and reliability really specializes in the creative arts. So, I want people to know that we exist, so that those people who are driven to create art and produce content can come and get support from reliability.
100%, 100%. As you said, there's not a lot, and we are seeing a lot of changes to the NDIS and what may or may not constitute as support. So we cheer on the ones that are doing a really good job. Now, Nathan, I'm just curious. Did I see that you do a bit of music as well?
Yes, I do quite a bit of music.
Talk to us about that, please.
Well, I've got about 15 studio quality recordings which have been recorded and produced with support from reliability. I write the songs mostly while I'm busking. I like to go out and play guitar in the street for a bit of extra money, and that's when I write my songs. And I write the songs on guitar. Then I
Mhm.
come into reliability once I've written a song and I show it to staff, and we get to recording the song. And what I particularly like to do is I like to write because my voice really suits punk rock and rock music, but I write quite a few pop songs. So I really like to get staff at Reliability who have more melodic voices to perform songs that I've written. So I've
Yep.
got a few studio recordings where some of the better singers at Reliability will perform a song that I've written. And that's nice to hear those versions of my songs because it doesn't necessarily suit my voice, so I get someone else to sing it. And we've had some success in recent months getting some of our songs played on the radio. We've been approaching community radio stations around the country.
Yep.
A number of community radio stations have played some of my music now, so I'm starting to get some radio airplay, which is nice. So we want to get the music out there and get people to listen to it. And we also perform with the Reliability client staff band Moving Shadows. I rehearse with Moving Shadows every Saturday. We rehearse from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Hmm.
So I play with the Reliability client staff band, and we've done 3 gigs so far, 3 performances, and that's gone really well. So
Well
everything is
done.
moving along really well with the music.
Oh, that's awesome. Like, you are such a creative person. Well done.
That's right, and I'd like to make a career out of it. It's always been my dream to work in the creative industries as a professional creator,
Mm.
making movies and music for a living because it's my passion. So I'd like to do it as much as I can and do it as a way of life. So we'll see if I get there. It's such a hard industry to forge a career in,
Yeah.
but I'm determined to forge a career in the creative industries.
No, that's awesome. And I can't say this enough that, you know, I think everybody has some dream at some time, right? But a lot of people give up before they get there. And it's not easy. But when we stick with something because it's coming from our heart, that's what shines through.
Well, I'm 37 now, and I
Mm.
started producing music when I was 20, and started working on different media projects when I was 20. And most people would have given up by now
Mm.
and gone and done something else. You know, I'm intelligent. I could have done something else. I could have been a lawyer or a doctor or something.
Mm.
Um, but I want to be a professional artist, and I've just never given up on that goal.
Mm.
And I've been involved in a number of art things over the years, and I've worked on a number of projects. I tried to do a documentary once,
Right.
and yeah, on street performers, and I've just never given up.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel a bit regretful that I didn't go and become like a lawyer or something, but
Mm.
I was determined to forge a career in the creative industries, and I still haven't given up at 37. So now I'm getting there.
You are getting there. That perseverance and hard work. And I think that's one of the things that, because I work with a lot of businesses and I've worked with lawyers and like you name it, I've worked with them. But what I see in the disability sector, because that's primary where I am a lot at the moment, is businesses give up after 12 months. They just go, it's all too hard, and it does take time, it does take money, it does take energy, and sometimes we'll have our great days and sometimes we'll have our really bad days. But if something is really true to our heart, eventually, if we just keep at it and we have an open mind, look at what you're doing, look at what you're achieving.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
right. Exactly.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like the listeners to know about Nathan Bell?
Oh, you've got to be really proactive if you want to be an artist. Like, I sit out there on the street, probably 20 hours a week. I'm with Reliability a lot of the week. Throughout the week, I have sessions with Reliability, but whenever I'm not with Reliability, I'm up Beaumont Street with my street stall set up. And some weeks you don't sell any books, but like over the last 8 days, I've sold 20 books, 20 books I
It's
sold over the last 8 days. Very, very good week. So you've got to be very productive, proactive, because if you write something and put it up on the internet, not necessarily anyone's going to find it. You've got to go out there and find an audience.
awesome.
Your audience isn't going to magically materialize. I've had to go out on the street and put the hours in to selling to people to actually build a fan base around my book. So that would be some advice I would give to authors and artists is, don't just create, but also go out there and find your audience and find customers and be a bit business minded and find and build a following and build a support base. And then you can go miles further. But
Mm.
that's just a little tip I wanted to give for artists and creators. Yeah, I don't know what else I could say about me.
Well, I think that you are an inspiration, Nathan, and I really want to thank you for persevering with me because we were going to do this some time ago, except I became unwell. So thank you for your patience with that, and thank you for doing the incredible work you do because you are a gift to the people that are out there that are listening to your music. I love how it's not all about, yeah, you wrote the song, but as you said, it might suit someone else. And following your dreams and your plans, and you are such an inspiration, so thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate you having me on.
You're welcome, and we'll keep doing whatever I can to share or give you tips or links or whatever I can find. Definitely, and if I hear of anybody that's looking to make a movie, I'll send them your way.
Great.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll leave it here, but thanks for listening and watching. If you're seeing this on YouTube, you can follow me. I will get a link to where you can connect with Nathan as well. So we'll put that in our posts when we put it out there. You'll see it on Spotify, YouTube, and then wherever else Spotify wants to put it. So thanks for listening. And Nathan, thanks for being here today.
See you later, guys.